Your sunrise and another day dawns, feeling reborn. Gotta shake off the sleep, break free from the warm routine that tries to hold us down, keep us confined. But on days like this, a different vibe fills my mind. Thinking about the crew, the ones who got my back, the fam, the real ones, no turning the track. Love flowing heavy from the heart, straight and true. On days like this, it's me and mine, me and you. We raise a glass to the brothers, the sisters, the kin, the bonds we share, the battles we win. Through thick and thin, we standing tall and proud, whispering their names in the collective crowd. On days like this, we love all our loved ones for real. On days like this, we honor our brothers and sisters. This how we feel. Like this, we honor our Holy Father with respect and grace. Days like this, we remember all those who were once dear to us in this sacred space home. But hold up, rewind the tape, let's get this right. Cause the same old script plays out day and through the night. See a stranger passing, a different face in the throng, and suddenly something goes wrong. Where did I belong? My mind starts screaming, judging, making a scene, seeing them as something else, something I ain't seen. Like they lost their marbles, caught in some crazy maze, ignoring the light, walking through a hazy daze. But I gotta pump the brakes, catch this train of thought. This bit of perspective, man, it ain't worth a jot. It's all up in your cranium, the way that you perceive. Your attitude ain't wise, gotta truly believe. Oh, days like this, we love all our loved ones for real. On days like this, we honor our brothers and sisters. This how we feel. Like this, we honor our Holy Father with respect and grace. Like this, we remember all those who were once dear to us in this sacred space. That feeling of connection, that love so pure and deep. It ain't just for the special days, secrets we can't keep. It's a state of mind, a choice we make each morn, to carry that respect, to keep the spirit born. Don't let the grind, the stress, the daily freight corrupt the essence of who we are, come what may. So think every day like you did on that day. Like this day, keep that love alive, let it guide your way. Honor your people, your father, embrace the past. Cause on days like this, like that love is meant to last. Yeah, meant to last. Keep it real, y'all peace. Your sunrise and another day dawns, feeling reborn. Gotta shake off the sleep, break free from the warm routine that tries to hold us down, keep us confined. But on days like this, a different vibe fills my mind. Thinking about the crew, the ones who got my back, the fam, the real ones, no turning the track. Love flowing heavy from the heart, straight and true. On days like this, it's me and mine, me and you. We raise a glass to the brothers, the sisters, the kin, the bonds we share, the battles we win. Through thick and thin, we standing tall
streets of Los Angeles, once symbols of glamour and opportunity, have now become a grim testament to the growing homelessness crisis gripping the city. The American dream, once a symbol of endless possibility, is slipping further out of reach for thousands of residents. In 2025, homelessness in Los Angeles surged by an alarming 35%, bringing the total to 195,000 individuals, a staggering 59% increase since 2013. This crisis is no longer an invisible issue confined to certain areas. It has become a defining characteristic of the city itself. Walking through the streets of Los Angeles, one cannot escape the sight of makeshift tent cities stretching for blocks. The sidewalks, once bustling with tourists and street performers, are now lined with people struggling to survive. Skid Row, long known for its high concentration of unhoused individuals, is no longer the sole epicenter of this crisis. The homelessness epidemic has expanded far beyond, reaching into every corner of the city. This has transformed public spaces into open-air shelters, with individuals and families forced to sleep on the streets, in cars, and under overpasses. With an astonishing 59.9% of the homeless population lacking access to basic shelter, a 27% increase from just 5 years ago. The crisis is worsening at an exponential rate. Among those affected are not just the unemployed or those battling addiction. Many of the homeless in Los Angeles were once successful professionals, former entrepreneurs, university graduates, and even individuals with master's and doctoral degrees. The root causes are numerous: skyrocketing housing costs, stagnating wages, mental health struggles, and the breakdown of social safety nets. The average price of a home in Los Angeles now hovers around $1 million, far beyond the reach of most residents. Even those who manage to secure housing find themselves at risk. One unexpected medical bill, job loss, or natural disaster can lead to complete financial ruin. The tragic story of April Galva, a 55-year-old woman who lived in a tent for a decade before finally securing housing, only to lose it all in a wildfire, exemplifies how fragile stability has become. Los Angeles County has also seen a dramatic rise in chronic homelessness, with nearly 48,781 individuals experiencing long-term displacement by 2024. This number represents a sharp increase from just a few years prior, highlighting the persistent and deepening nature of the problem. Children are not spared from this crisis either. Nearly 30,000 children experience homelessness annually in Los Angeles, raising concerns about their future and the long-term impact of such instability on their well-being. The crisis is further exacerbated by the growing number of refugees and undocumented immigrants in the city. As of 2023, Los Angeles County's undocumented population reached an estimated 839,700, a dramatic increase from previous decades. Many of these individuals, caught in legal limbo, lack access to stable employment, housing, and public services, making them especially vulnerable to homelessness. The convergence of this issue with rising crime, gang violence, and overwhelmed public infrastructure has created a city on the brink of social and economic collapse. As homelessness rises, so does the city's unease. Crime rates have surged, and the divide between the wealthy and the poor has never been more pronounced. Just a few blocks from Skid Row, celebrities and business moguls enjoy lavish lifestyles, seemingly oblivious to the growing humanitarian catastrophe around them. The stark contrast between opulence and extreme poverty raises urgent questions. Can Los Angeles reverse its trajectory, or is it doomed to become a modern ghost town, where the rich retreat into fortified enclaves while the poor are left to fend for themselves? In a city where the average home price hovers near $1 million, regaining a foothold once displaced is nearly impossible. Los Angeles stands at a precipice. The city that once symbolized boundless opportunity is now at risk of becoming a dystopian landscape where towering skyscrapers house the elite while an ever-growing population struggles in the shadows. The government faces an urgent decision: implement real, sustainable solutions or allow the crisis to spiral further out of control. Without bold action, Los Angeles may soon become a ghost town of lost dreams, where the wealthy thrive in isolation and the poor are left to fend for themselves on the unforgiving streets. Wildfires and floods, the destruction of LA's working class. The residents of Los Angeles, particularly the working poor, are facing a series of crises that seem to compound each other in devastating ways. These disasters, fueled by climate change, economic inequality, and a lack of governmental support, have not only displaced thousands of Angelenos, but are also deepening the already existing housing and poverty crises in the city. The tragic consequences of wildfires, flooding, and unchecked landlord greed have left a significant mark on the lives of the city's most vulnerable communities. As the city grapples with these challenges, the working poor find themselves at the center of a crisis that is increasingly difficult to escape. In the wake of destructive wildfires that ravaged the Los Angeles area, more than 28,000 structures were destroyed and over 270,000 residents were displaced. Entire neighborhoods were obliterated, leaving families in dire need of shelter, food, and support. The financial toll of these fires is staggering, with damages estimated to reach $375 billion. For the working poor, these wildfires represent a catastrophic event that exacerbates already severe hardships. Many lost their homes, their businesses, and for some, their livelihoods. Yet, the disaster does not end with the wildfires. Los Angeles is now facing the threat of an unprecedented flooding crisis, one that is poised to have a similar impact on the housing market. With the floods comes the looming danger of even higher rents. As seen after the wildfires, landlords are seizing the opportunity to raise prices, exploiting the housing shortage created by the displacement. Some rent prices have surged by as much as 124%, with once affordable neighborhoods seeing prices escalate beyond the reach of the average Angelino. A one-bedroom apartment that once rented for $5,900 per month now commands $29,500, a drastic increase that leaves low-income renters with no choice but to leave the city or endure financial ruin. While the city has rent control laws in place, many landlords have ignored these regulations, banking on the desperation of those seeking a roof over their heads. For the working poor, this escalating rental crisis is yet another blow. The city's housing market is increasingly becoming a place where only the wealthy can afford to live. Rent hikes have not only placed individuals at risk of losing their homes, but have also pushed many residents into homelessness, already a dire issue in Los Angeles. Many of the displaced survivors from the wildfires find themselves scrambling to secure a place to live, only to face skyrocketing prices and unscrupulous landlords. Renters are often forced to offer 6 months of rent up front, or even more, to secure a unit, and even then, they find themselves outbid by wealthier individuals. The economic implications of these rising rent prices are compounded by the challenges faced by homeowners who are already struggling to secure insurance in the face of climate-related disasters. Insurance companies have pulled out of high-risk areas, leaving many homeowners without coverage when they need it most. Over 100,000 residents have lost their policies in recent years, and those who are lucky enough to still have coverage often find themselves unable to afford the astronomical premiums. This makes rebuilding homes after the wildfires or recovering from future flooding events even more difficult. As a result, the economic strain on working-class Angelinos becomes unbearable, with families sinking deeper into poverty as they struggle to stay afloat. These housing and insurance crises are not isolated incidents. They are part of a broader pattern of rising poverty in Los Angeles. With a population of nearly 10 million, Los Angeles faces one of the highest rates of income inequality in the country. Approximately 16.6% of the population lives below the poverty line, and the working poor are caught in a cycle of economic hardship. For many, rising rents and a lack of affordable housing options are insurmountable barriers to stability. The housing market in Los Angeles is increasingly becoming a battleground where only the wealthiest can emerge unscathed, while the working poor continue to suffer. As rents rise and the availability of affordable housing dwindles, residents are forced to choose between staying in the city and enduring financial ruin, or fleeing in search of a more affordable life. While the situation in Los Angeles may seem bleak, there are still glimmers of hope. Advocacy groups, legal professionals, and community organizations are pushing back against predatory landlords and advocating for stricter enforcement of rent control laws. In addition, there is growing recognition of the need for affordable housing policies that prioritize the needs of the working poor. The hidden crisis in Los Angeles. The crisis of homelessness in Los Angeles is far more complex and widespread than many might imagine. Mona's story, which is deeply tragic yet all too common, illustrates a harsh reality. Even those with advanced education and professional experience are not immune to the devastating effects of homelessness. Mona, once a data scientist and researcher, had a stable life with a promising career, but in an instant, everything changed. Her house was destroyed in the Thomas Fire, one of California's largest wildfires, and she lost both her home and job overnight. While one might expect someone with a master's degree and a background in data science to easily bounce back from such hardships, Mona's experience highlights the often overlooked barriers faced by individuals trying to regain their footing after such a loss. Despite her qualifications, Mona struggles to find work. The fundamental problem is simple, yet profound. Without a home, how can one effectively search for a job? How can you attend an interview when you have no place to shower, no place to prepare, and no stable address to present to potential employers? This question reveals a cycle that traps many people in homelessness, especially those who were once self-sufficient. Mona's story reflects a harsh reality that many in Los Angeles are facing, losing their homes and struggling to regain stability despite having the skills, education, and ambition that should theoretically make them resilient. Mona's plight is a part of a larger pattern, as thousands of highly educated individuals are falling into homelessness. The very system that is supposed to offer safety and support has become overwhelmed, unable to provide the necessary resources for people like Mona to regain their footing. Once trapped in the cycle of homelessness, it becomes incredibly difficult to escape, regardless of how qualified or motivated a person may be. The question then arises, if even educated people with solid work histories cannot survive in such a system, is the American dream still attainable? The very foundation of this dream, the idea that anyone can succeed through hard work and perseverance, seems increasingly elusive for many. The growing number of well-educated, formally employed individuals facing homelessness is a testament to the systemic issues that are eating away at the social fabric. It's not just a matter of individual failure, but a failure of systems designed to protect and uplift. Adding to the complexity of the situation is the housing crisis that exacerbates the struggles of those already affected by homelessness. Following the devastating wildfires, residents in Los Angeles, many of whom had already lost everything, are now facing skyrocketing rental prices. This economic strain makes it even harder for people to find affordable housing, and the cycle continues. With limited resources, little support, and increasingly unaffordable housing options, individuals like Mona find themselves trapped in a seemingly inescapable situation. The growing homelessness crisis in Los Angeles is not just an issue for the homeless, but for society as a whole. The stories of people like Mona are not isolated incidents, but a reflection of deeper systemic issues in housing, employment, and social safety nets. If the American dream is to remain a reality, significant changes must be made. There must be greater investment in affordable housing, a more responsive social safety net, and a rethinking of how we support individuals who face catastrophic losses, whether through natural disasters or economic hardship. Until then, thousands of people will continue to fall through cracks, and the tragic stories of individuals like Mona will remain all too common. Los Angeles' housing crisis is a perfect storm of factors: wildfires, floods, landlord greed, and climate change that are devastating the working poor.